So, can a Mexican glove be made from a company that traditionally makes equipment for Thai, kicking, karate? I'm just kidding. I know what Muay Thai is. I took a class once. What's happening? It's Coach Bernard with another review. This time I have the Fairtex BGV9. These are Fairtex's Mexican heavy hitter gloves. That's in the description of the name. But these are meant to be their Mexican style gloves. Usually when I get a pair of gloves, people always ask me the first thing, can I spar in these? And I'll get into that later, but right now I want to talk about the materials. As you can see, it's full leather construction from front to back. And they treated the leather to get this glossy look that you see, to make it look more like the Mexican style gloves, like on a brand new pair of Reyes. But the way they treat it though, I feel kind of made the leather a little stiff. So if you notice really closely, whenever you bend the leather, you can see sharp creases rather than rounded folds. But the creases does show how thin the leather is, but it's not bad leather. The leather is still pretty good. It is from Thailand, the Thai leather that they use. It's always really good quality and it always lasts. Although not as thick as a traditional pair of Mexican boxing gloves, these are still pretty good. Now the lining on the inside is also really nice. It's typical for boxing gloves. Can't really comment too much on it. It's just your usual material. So now I've got to hand it to Fairtex's stitching. The stitching is very, very nice. No areas where I thought there could be room for improvement. Most of the stitching is really nice, nicely done. So it shows that the quality of these gloves will last for a good while. The foam inside is really nice. It's a double layer of foam. The outer foam is dense, but the inside foam is a lot more soft. It does protect your hands. So if you get a smaller size, you can use it as bag gloves, and you can still really hit the bag and not worry about hurting your knuckles. I use these with and without my Winnie knuckle guards, and my knuckles are still feeling pretty fine. And usually when I punch without wraps, my knuckles really feel it, but when I had these on, the foam inside was really good and really soft, so it didn't hurt my knuckles at all. But brand new, the foam is kind of stiff. Right now, I can't, this is the furthest I can make it. And I'm sure eventually the flexibility of the foam will ease up the more you use it. Now when it comes to the fit's really nice. It has a double grip bar. So there's a grip bar here. There's also a grip bar on the inside at the tip of your fingers. So when you do grip, when you do make a fist in the glove, then it really brings it to a natural fist position. Now the Velcro on this is really nice. It's really thick. The way it's styled, it's like it grabs it from one side and you wrap around it. And the Velcro is really tight and secure. It has a long cuff like most traditional Mexican boxing gloves. So it has a lot of wrist support. So the wrist support on these gloves are really nice because they are longer and the Velcro strap is wider. It gives you a lot of support, and so you won't worry about like bringing your hand back or hurting your wrist. So if you look here, it's a lot more streamlined compared to a regular Muay Thai glove. So there's not a lot of cushioning here because you don't really need it in boxing. You just need all the cushioning on the knuckle here to protect your hand. It does have some good padding along the wrist. So over here, on both sides of the wrist, one here and over here, almost an inch thick of foam. You compare them to a Mexican style glove, they do have very similar shapes. This was an 18 ounce, so of course it's gonna be a lot bigger. Looking at them side to side, it's designed very, very similar to a Mexican glove. But now one of the questions I always get, are these Mexican gloves? What truly makes these Mexican boxing gloves is the uncertainty to use these for sparring. Just like with Reyes, you don't know if you should use these for sparring because it's very dense on the top here. So it does get kind of rough if you use these for sparring. These are 12 ounces, so these will never be used for sparring. But if you do want to use these for sparring, just like with Clados, I suggest going one size up. So if you normally wear 14 ounces for sparring, then go 16 and so on. But if you normally wear 18 ounces, then you might be fresh out of luck because I don't think these go to 20. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, write in the comments or send me your hate mail. But if the foam is worked in a little bit more, if you break it in, then you might be able to use these for sparring. break it in first before you break someone's face. So overall, I really do like these gloves. I do think that they almost nailed it in terms of making this a Mexican style glove. These are excellent gloves when you use them from the bag or mitts. They're a little iffy on sparring, so if you do want to use for sparring, as I mentioned earlier, size up. Not a bad take on a Mexican glove. Good job, Fairtex. So that's my review on the Fairtex BGV9. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure it is. If you like the review, please click like, and if you want to see more videos just like this, subscribe to the channel. Catch you next time.